Hello my succulent friends, it's me, Suze. So it's around 11 a.m. and my son just handed me this coffee. He actually makes better coffees than I do. Tastes good too. So yeah, 11 o'clock. I like the 11th hour. It's probably because I'm born on the 11th. 11 a.m. or 11 p.m. I think I'm trying to be a little ambitious, holding my phone, drinking my coffee and attempting to make a video. But hey, you know, I'm an optimistic kind of gal. So I've turned on the camera because I wanted to show you, remember, not that long ago, I just put my coffee down, I took some cuttings from these areas off these Victor canes, and already getting lovely little bulbs. Saturday, neighbours are out doing Saturday stuff. Oh, anyway, I'm trying to turn it around to remind you that I had done that in that section there. And what a beautiful sort of bouquet sort of shape the rosettes have gone. So happy with how fast that's progressing. And another one that we're watching is the same succulent, different pot. And these babies are getting quite a nice size to them, but more impressive is the colour. Don't you agree? I think that's definitely happening because we're getting some cooler temperatures during the day, but particularly in the evening. So I think they're a little bit stressed from that. And finally, this cutting here is really starting to produce quite a lovely little baby. This is the Graptos and Purple Delight. I don't have a lot of it and I'm really trying my best to propagate it, so happy to see finally we're getting some size to that. I had to wait a while, felt like longer than usual for a grab, and that's a little bulb from a leaf, so that's very good. What else? Oh yes, okay, just duck squatting, so I'm backing up my rear. Best take a sip, eh? Oh Mo, are you sad? Are you sad, Mo? Yeah, they'll be back, it's okay. So the neighbours just left and Mo's sucking. Anyway, oh, I forgot to bring the pot over. Okay, I'll have to get up and show you. So this pot here, I believe these are blue hazes. I got this particular succulent and another one, and when they were young and immature they looked very similar, but this is definitely starting to show its characteristics now. These leaves are so fat and chubby. This would be a good candidate to cut and propagate, but I really don't want to disturb the beauty of it. I'm just going to be satisfied with what I have, which is quite nice, and it's got a bulb trying to pop through there, and I can see a flower starting, so they must be winter growers and must be waking up. But you know, I could do a cut there, keep the head as a, you know, a cutting to start off another generation of these, and wait for some bulbs to come up, a lot like what's happening here. But I don't want to disturb the beauty. I would love it just to grow long over the top. So the other one is an Elaine. I think they're both Packies. They're not my forte, so I'm sure many of you know a lot more about them than I do. And I haven't even had them a full year. It'd be close to it, but not there yet. And this is the other one. I believe this is an Elaine. And now you can see, well, I can tell that they're completely different plants. But as I said, when I first got them, I got them together without tags, and I had to wait till they grew mature, and I waited for flowers to come, and I got some help from somebody I feel is quite knowledgeable in the subject, and that is Kath from Kath Sucks. She helped me sort that out. Oh, now back over here, two other pots. They don't belong here. I've just moved them to this side so they can get a little bit more sunlight. And this is my pot. I refer to it as my strawberry pot because it reminds me of a strawberry. And I did a cute little video on these when I planted them up. So they're really well rooted. They're getting a great size. The colour's coming along. Here is my larger pot of them, which is getting a beautiful pinky tone to it now, peachy even. So that's the Malin, if I didn't say it. I'm not sure if that's even how you pronounce it properly. So happy with that. A little boo-boo happened there. I think a little rot got in there, so I just pinched it out. But it's growing something new in there, so that's going to be okay. This one here, these cuttings, yeah, they're getting some nice little red tips, but they're not impressive at the moment, but I'm sure it'll fill out nicely. My other more mature one is getting some really lovely red tips now. I'll just put that back down. And I did some maintenance on this pot as well. This is David, Rogii, and my darling here. I love her so much. An Echeveria Alpine Rose is really getting some good size to it, and these offsets just look delightful. Very happy with that. You may be interested to know also that my J.C. Van Keppels, I have meticulously, and I really mean meticulously, looked in between every leaf and really got in there. And I did find a few little mealies, so I removed them, brushed them out, and then I used the systemic, and I think what Janet and I are figuring out, it's helpful to sort of dilute the systemic a little bit, the granules, so you know that they've dissolved, so they've been well watered into the soil, and very happy. And now they're on my I called it the sad table the other day. That wasn't the right word for it. This is my nursing table. It's right next to where I sit and have a vape, and you know, I can keep an eye on them better. Yeah, look at the pink colours coming on that. They look a little dehydrated, the ones that have got the pinker colours. Just showed you that one. I didn't know that could do that in the colouring. Fascinating. And one more. So don't you just love that green? It's such a yummy colour. Melaco. Echeveria Melaco. I just pulled this up on my table. I was just having a bit of an inspection, see how it's going. You can see right in the middle there, I did a chop. And there were some babies that were growing at the base. And so it's really filled the pot out. And well, that's the colour looks better there in that light. It's got a flower growing in that largest head there, and I want to remove it. because I don't want it to put any energy into flowers whatsoever, and I don't want the flower to attract any aphids, so I'm going to slice it off right now. I found a little X-Acto knife. That's what I've been needing for these delicate little jobs. Still tricky doing this, holding the camera. I just want to pop it out. There we go. Goodbye. Oops, even dropped it. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. One of the things I love about this is the colour of the foliage. It's got such a rich colour, and it can go actually a winey colour when it's stressed. Right now it's more of a warm chocolate, and I love the texture of the leaves. It's very waxy. We do like the ones with the farinas, but they're a little bit tricky sometimes. We're doing some maintenance on, whereas these ones, you don't have to worry about any of that, and the foliage is still stunning. Highly recommend grabbing one of these if you don't have one. Let me know if you've got one. Love to hear all about your experiences with them. This lovely pot here with all these cute little heads is a Sedeveria Mebina cross a Silverstar, and I'll insert a photo of when I first got it. And I'll check the date when I purchased it. But initially it was sharing this pot with other succulents, as you see by the photo, and I took them out as this started to spread and grow, and it really filled out the pot, and it was looking a little bit more on point before summer, but it got rained on, and some of these lower leaves of these heads here got a little bit of rot, so I pulled them all off, and they're recuperating, but I think that's a symptom of this just being a little bit crowded. So I don't really want to do it, but I think I'm up to that stage where I might propagate a bit, which means probably should take out some of these larger heads. There's a lot of action happening underneath, so I know it will recover well. So let's chop them off. I'm doing it. I'm going to chop them off. Right, okay. This shouldn't take too long. I've actually spent some time this morning going, looking deep in there with my tweezers and pulling out all that dry stuff. So leaves just drop in there, and that's no good. Alright, here we go. Snip. One. Doing something different with my camera stand today. I'm not sure if this is the best way to film it, but I've been a bit lazy. I couldn't be bothered adjusting it. This is interesting because that one's got bubbies. Do I want to take the bubbies or leave them? I think I'll take them. See, I potentially could have cut there and these could have remained on the stem and grow, but I think this will be cool to help, multiply this one. So we'll find out. I think this is necessary to do before the leaves just get manky on their own because of the congestion, and I lose size like I showed you before on the other side. This is a good one because I'm getting some of the babies, but on the stem, I'll just lift my frame up, see if I can show you. there's still little heads down there. It's a bit blurry, it didn't autofocus, but anyway, you get the idea, no doubt. Oh God, okay. I only said oh God because it's such a pretty one, and it's a shame because I like how it's all sort of knitted together here, but obviously it's a fast grower, and this will be good for it. And this is like a new stage for me. I'm up to propagating it, which is a first, which is exciting. Oh, how delightful. It's really sweet. How severe do I want to go is the question. Is it? Maybe just this one because it's tall. Don't know if you guys saw that. I wasn't looking through the camera. Hope so. Okay, you can see that. Yeah, I'll do this one too. So I've decided I'm not going to let this just get rained on willy-nilly anymore. I'll pull it in under the roof so I can control the watering now. No, I'll leave that. Okay, I think that will do for now. Let's wait and see how long it takes these little ones to fill in those spaces. They're not a bad size, but I think I'll just let them be for a minute. Oh, hang on. I can see from this angle, there's a lot of stuff under there. The other thing is too, the stuff underneath might be a bit vulnerable to too much sun, but I won't be allowing that. I might just take one more. This one. See, that's a little bit smaller than the other ones I've been taking. It feels like a mic stand the way I've got the camera stand. I've got it at its highest level, and it's actually standing on the ground rather than the table. Anyway, yeah, I think this is a good decision. It doesn't look as ugly as I thought it would be, to be honest. Very nice. Okay, that's done. Nice and easy and quick. Alright, I got a fresh container from the kitchen. These had mushrooms in them, and these are good for propagation trays too, if you're trying to root things up, because they're nice and deep. Anyway, let's have a look how many we've got. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's pretty good. I like that. I don't see them around very much. Clearly it's a hybrid. I did get them from Succulents Australia. I actually surprised myself to find out when I look back at my old photos that I paid $30 for it, which is quite high for me. I think it was an auction. I probably got sucked in, and you know, where you're in a bidding war and you really want it. Thank God Succulents Australia don't do that anymore. But I found these rocks last time we were at the beach. We took the dogs down there before the season change just to get a last day out at the beach for him. Anyway, I found these in the sand, and I love the texture of them and the colour actually. It's got that sort of real iron colour to it. There was lots to take, but I just thought, oh, I'm not going to carry a whole bunch of rocks around, and I felt a bit guilty. It's funny, because I lived in Hawaii for a while, you know, there's stories about taking things away from Hawaii, and you know, that you're going to get some bad luck and stuff. So that's kind of ingrained in my psyche a little bit. So I do feel a bit guilty if I take something from nature. But, you know, so what I did was I asked the beach, could I take? And I felt like that's something the Aboriginals have taught me. And is that, you know, if you take something away from nature, you must ask nature. And so I did. And so now I have the rocks. Anyway, what's going on here? I think I have to set my camera up differently. This is, I've done videos on this before, maybe a couple of them, because it's always ever changing. It always gets kind of a bit scraggly looking for my liking. Though it's nice because it's you know, got a lot of action in there, but it's just a bit too much for my liking, as I said before. It's got some beautiful big crests here. That's one, and there's the other one right there. These Douglas Huths. Did I mention the name before? Probably not. These Douglas Huths are good cresters. They like to crest. It's not uncommon. So although this is impressive, it's not. It is and it's not. You know what I mean? But in general, the rosettes, the heads are beautiful, and the colours of the plant has an array of colours, from greens and greys and purples and pinks. It's quite stunning to watch. But anyway, I did notice a little mealy action in here in the dense parts, which is no good. I brushed out the larger bits, but I think I should hose it down a bit. But that is not what I wanted to mention. I'm thinking I should take some of this out, do some cutting, and well, when I was taking the leaves, the dry leaves, I was having a good look at how it's growing in there, and these two are actually attached. Like this branch comes down, this one comes down, and they sort of meet together. But they do have some really stunning big fat stems with lots of roots on it. So I've been contemplating, should I remove them? The only thing is, if I do that, I feel like a rock star at the moment because the camera stands long and I'm holding it upright. So yes, anyway. So if I remove those two, I'm going to have a big void in the middle, and I was just trying to think what's there that will grow up and fill it. Not a lot, to be honest. So it's sort of, I don't know, it's really going to uglify them. But these might do well if I just create them as whole new plants and showcase their beautiful stems. Yes. So, you know, once I start contemplating something, it's very hard for me not to do it, even though my instinct says don't. You're gonna regret it. But, you know, I'm not very good at making decisions and feeling 100% confident about it. I'm a vacillator. But nevertheless, I've got guts and a little impulsiveness. So that ends with, I'm probably going to do this any second now. I'm just thinking how can I film this effectively? Okay. Let me contemplate this. Well, I'm feeling very experimental with my camera angles today, and a little bit daring because I've got my wheelie thing on my shelf. But I think the light is better. It shouldn't take too long. I'm just going to take one big snip. Actually, I'm going to cut it with a knife. Alright, well I hope I've looked at this correctly. This one here has a really strange shape to it, but I've got a feeling this one is nice. So I'm just going to chop it. Let's do it. Oh, it's quite thick. I can see lots of roots. There we go. Oh wow, that felt heavy. Okay, here we go. Oh, my. Look at this. Can you see it? Oh, still. Yeah, okay. Let me try a different angle. This is all wrong. I'm just going to hold the camera with my hand. So look at this. Love. It's got roots, which I don't really want them on the stem. But this is probably a sign that it's looking for extra water. And see what I mean about this one looking kind of an unusual shape, but that stem in there, amazing. And we've got a little bit of mealy stuff, but this smaller section could probably be cut off as well. It sort of curls around. Oh dear. Well, I'm going to release that from this piece. There we go. Let's have a look at this one first. Oh, sorry, I keep seeing notifications pop up on my camera. Oh, it's huge. So to me, it looks like it makes good sense just to cut that off. Just make it prettier, right there. I think I just broke a leaf. Oh, yeah. I can't lean on something because I've damaged the leaves. Oh, I should have got a better knife, as usual. Steal one from the kitchen. Oh, it's really woody. That's what's going on. I know, this could be done a lot better. I know. Huh, that's interesting. A little bit of rot. So I need to cut that up even more. Scissors would be better. Okay, that looks fresher. Alright, we'll just leave that callus over. And I do need to get some high pressure water on this, I think, and just wash out mealies, because brushing them out disturbs the farina with my brush. Okay, and then oh look, a little bastard. Is that a spider? I got a little bit out. Sometimes you can feel them. I know that's really gross for a lot of people, but you can feel the stickiness of them. So I know I just squished it. I don't care. I'm a murderer. I'm a bug murderer. Wow, how unusual. Sorry, it's not a really great angle for you guys, but I'm not messing around with the camera stand anymore. Oh, there's a spider in there. Yeah, there's definitely some mealies. Yeah, I definitely have to give it a high pressure hose in. So obviously that's where it's come from. Definitely doesn't look as pretty at the moment. I think I might just even reset all of these and chop it all up now. But I'm getting a little tired, and that feels like something I really need to strategize on how I'm going to do that. I'm just going to call it a day for now. So thank you. Thanks for tuning in. And thank you to all my new subscribers. I'm very grateful for every single one of you. And I hope you all have a fabulous weekend. Bye. I wanted to sincerely thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you liked it and subscribed to my channel. Also, you can find me as S's for Succulents on my Instagram and Facebook page, where I post daily photos with tips and information. So come and hang out with me there. It's a great place to chat and connect. Thank you.